Colby, this group is rolling along right now. 5 of the last 6, especially the 2 against Laval and 2 against Grand Rapids. So, what are you seeing from this group that you've been part of all year?
Yeah, we've just really come together these last, this last month. I know we've always been a tight team from the start, but we're just playing for each other, making decisions for each other that ultimately help the team at the end of the day. And you've seen those results on the ice. It's paying off, and it's been really fun to be a part of.
You're a first-year pro. You've passed the midpoint of the season. What's it been like through through your first year?
Yeah, it's been good. A lot of learning curves. Definitely, growing my game, getting into filling in my shoes, kind of, and building off those things that I've been working on in that first half, and just becoming a better player, and skating with the puck more, making just making different kind of plays that maybe you weren't thinking of at the beginning of the year, but now you get more confidence every single day with each practice, with each game, and I think it's coming along nicely.
One of the things I noticed with this group is it doesn't matter if you're a veteran or a first or second year guy. You guys all can talk to each other and gain knowledge from each other. But how good is it from your perspective having guys like Jagger and Lambert and Chibrikov who are around your age to kind of work through things with?
Yeah, it's a great mix with the age differences. There's a lot of great older guys, veterans that we learn from, and they help us all the time, which we're super thankful for. And then you got each other as well, where you kind of relate on certain different things because maybe you're going through the same kind of thing or whatever it may be. So it's great to have that mix, and every single guy is an awesome guy in there. So it makes it pretty easy to talk about things, learn from each other. So yeah.
Just in terms of like a guy like Phil who won the Calder last year, he said that this Moose team is starting to remind him a little bit of what that Calder Cup champion chip team in Abbotsford was like. So what does that mean for you, for a guy who's in his first year, hearing from a guy like that, say that about this group?
Well, that's really exciting. Like, that's our ultimate goal. So, to hear that, he has experience. He's been around the game for a very long time, and he's another mentor that I ask stuff about during games and practice a lot and talk with. So, it's exciting hearing that from him, and we all have that same belief too. So, it's just, like I said, exciting, and just want to keep rolling forward here.
Just in terms of the learning curves, I mean, we talk about your game specifically. Where area have you seen kind of the most growth in from training camp till now?
I think just being stronger on the puck, like puck battles along the boards. I think my wall work's gotten a lot better from the start of the year. Those two are kind of big things for me, and kind of the pace of the game as well. I think that's gotten a lot better, and then just skating with the puck more, having more confidence. At the start of the year, maybe is quick to dump it in or something like that. But I think now having the confidence to skate with it, make plays, and just grow from that. I think those are all the bigger things that I've been kind of thinking of and working on that's gotten better.
You talk about your own personal confidence, but what about this team as a whole? I mean, going back to even Laval, how you guys swept in their building and then split with GR, and then of course the series sweep over Rockford. Just what can you say about the way you guys have been playing over this past couple of weeks, and how important it's going to be going forward, especially with the big series in Texas?
Yeah, we've been we've been off fire. Like, I think everybody's had a part in every single game, and everybody's playing up to how they want to play for the most part, and that's helping our team win. So that's a great thing, and we just focus kind of on series by series, game by game. We're heading to Texas now, and they've been kind of on a roll. So we want to make sure we've had some success in the past now, and reset this week, have a good practice, travel, and then practice there, and then just get ready for this weekend, because it's going to be it's going to be a big weekend.
Last one for me, Colby, just in terms of like the strength of the American Hockey League. I mean, when you play junior, you could be one of the biggest guys, or fastest, or whatever it is. But when you come into a league like this, it's obviously a man's league. And from your perspective, that change from junior to the professional ranks, what has that been like?
Yeah, like you said, it is a big change. There's guys a lot older than you, a lot of physically more developed than you, stronger, and more experience. So it is a big change from junior, but I think it's just being smart about it, and just working on those things like battles and pace and puck protection that I've been working on. Those things are huge, because you're going against a guy that maybe 20 pounds heavier than you, taller than you, bigger than you. It's good to work on that body position to give yourself that edge and stuff, because maybe straight up sometimes you're just going to outmuscle you, but I think it's being smart about it, getting in there quicker, finding a better route to the puck, or putting the puck in a spot where you can protect it and keep it away from them. I think those are all little things that add up, especially at this level.
Live, I have one more. What's it like to see your OHL brethren in Jacob Julian finally get a chance to start playing some pro games?
Yeah, no, that's awesome for him. I mean, you go a really rough start, like injury wise for him at the training camp, and then kind of linger throughout a couple months here. But super happy for him that he's playing, and he had a great weekend, picked up his first points, so we're all pretty pumped for him. But super happy for him, and you can see he's happy to be out there now and not worry about that, and get to play in his game. So we're all pumped for him.